Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 2D Fundamentals. My name is Kasanis. In the last episode, we took a look at spine. We actually took a look at spine for the first time. The first time doing an assignment anyway, and we built ourselves a constantly rolling ball in spine. In today's episode, guys, I'd like to take a look at number 6 as far as the principles of animation are concerned. Number 6, slow in and slow out. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, guys, so as previously mentioned, we are going to be looking at principle number 6 today, slow in, slow out. All right, slow in, slow out. And interchangeably, this can be referred to as ease in, ease out. Lots of people use different terms. But basically, both slow in, slow out, or ease in, ease out refer to the same concept. That concept being that all mass requires a certain amount of time to either speed up or to slow down. All right, it requires a certain amount of time to speed up or slow down. Nothing is instantly moving at its finalized velocity. Nothing is. Everything is always takes an opportunity to either speed up or slow down. All mass requires a certain amount of time to speed up or slow down. That's the entire concept behind slow in, slow out. In today's exercise, what I'd like to take a look at is part A, part B. Part A is going to be the slow in. All right, the slow in. So basically, a ball is going to start from off screen. It's going to travel onto the screen and stop somewhere on the screen. All right. In the slow out in part B, it's going to be the opposite. The ball is going to have started on screen and then it's going to race off in the direction. Okay. For the first one in slow out, let's take a look. I want to be moving in this direction. Okay. The ball's going to be moving in this direction. Let's take a look at the timing chart to see this concept slow in, slow out as far as a timing chart is concerned. What we've got here is we have these hash marks, just like we saw in the constant moving ball. The hash marks in the constantly moving ball were evenly spaced, and that indicated the ball was moving a particular distance over each frame, the distance being the distance between the hash marks. Okay? Here, we can see that the distance between hash marks is getting shorter as the frames progress, until finally, eventually, the ball itself is going to stop moving. Okay? Let's take a look. So right now, there's nothing on the frame, nothing on frame. When the ball first comes in, it's moving at a particular speed. With the second frame, we've got a particular distance. We're moving at this distance. With the third frame, we can now see that the distance itself has decreased. We are moving less distance in the same amount of time. All right. We're assuming that each of these hash marks represents the same amount of time. All right. With each successive frame, we can see that the distance is getting shorter and shorter until eventually the ball itself comes to a stop. Now, there's something else to consider. As the distance traveled decreases, obviously the rotation, and once again our rotation is in this direction. As the distance traveled decreases, the amount of rotation in the ball is going to decrease as well. All right. As we discussed last week, the circumference of the ball is a particular amount, and with each rotation of the ball will travel the circumference distance. All right, as it's rolling forward, one full rotation of the ball will make it travel one circumference distance. Okay, so obviously then, as the distance is decreasing, the amount of rotation in the ball is also going to decrease. Okay, that's very important. Just like we talked about last week, if you are over-rotating or you are under-rotating this ball, it's going to look like it's sliding along rather than rolling across the floor, all right? And we don't want that. We want this ball to look like it is traveling, it is rolling along the floor, okay? So let's take a look at my example. Okay, here in my example, you can see that the ball starts off screen and slowly comes to a stop. The rotation is matching the distance that it's traveling. All right, we can see that. As it slows down, the rotation is matching its distance. All right, fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at part B. Okay, so part B, as mentioned, is going to be a slow out. All right, our ball starts off on screen, and it's going to speed up and eventually zoom off the screen. Let's take a look, and once again, we're going to be going in this direction. Let's take a look at the timing chart. In this case, it's the exact opposite. The distance we're traveling at the beginning in the first few frames is small, and it's getting larger with each successive frame until eventually the ball leaves the screen. All right. With our ball on the screen, our next frame is very close to the original. The one after that is a little bit farther. The one after that a little farther, and so on, and so on, and so on. You can see that my distance is getting greater with each frame until eventually the ball leaves. All right, the ball zooms off the screen. Now, Exactly the same way, once again, with the rotation, the ball itself is going to rotate more as it speeds up. All right, there's very little rotation at the beginning and a lot more rotation at the end. A proper amount of rotation at the end. Not any amount, the proper amount at the end. All right, guys, let's take a look at a working example. Here we can see that the ball starts off, it's on the screen, it's not moving at all, and zoom, it zips off the screen. All right, it slowly speeds up until it eventually races off the screen. If the rotation is done properly, the ball looks like it's rolling. I won't have any slippage or sliding. All right. All right, guys, so that is it. Once again, that's it. Hopefully you guys will be able to go through and do this. What I'd like you to do is, once again, do part A and part B. Have the ball take 2 seconds to leave the screen, all right? Allow it 2 seconds to either leave the screen or to come onto the screen and come to a stop. Part A, 2 seconds to slow down and stop. Part B, 2 seconds to actually race off the screen. All right, guys. And once again, if you are we're doing this in a more traditional method. If you're doing it, for example, in Photoshop, you're going to create yourself a background and you're going to save out each additional frame and then put everything together inside of a nonlinear editor like Premiere or something like that. All right, properly spaced. You're going to save out each image as you could save it out as a JPEG if you wanted to, or you could save out each individual frame of the ball itself and then just have that superimposed on top as PNGs or something like that. Alright, guys, I look forward to see what you're doing. I'm really looking forward. I hope you guys are having fun doing this. I hope you guys are learning something about animation. We've covered several principles now. Slow in, slow out, timing, as well as the concept of pose to pose or straight ahead animation. Alright, guys, I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know down below in the comments if you have anything to say. I'd love to hear it. If you know anything you want to show me your stuff, that's awesome. I always love hearing from you guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments down below, and if you haven't done so, please take a few seconds to subscribe. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everyone.